everyone, and my name is Yula, and today we're gonna read IBM Bin stories, a new beginner new stories called Take the Case story, starting at black and white and tough all over. Today we're gonna start reading at this chapter and then reading at the next chapter for today. Now, are you ready for read this one, but with a lot of stories? Now here we go, and first we can read IBM Bin Take the Case story, starting at black and white and 12 all over story. Let's start reading at this chapter from now on. Ben wasn't allowed to watch television or music videos. Ben's mom said she could watch 2 movies a week, but they had to be movies. Everywhere was good. There couldn't be any bad words. There wouldn't be any mean people. There couldn't be anyone smoking or cluttered or wearing tiny clothes. There were only about 10 movies that followed all these rules. Luckily, Ben liked the 10 of them. She watched them over and over. Ben's mom said 10 movies were plenty. She said kids Ben's age should be using their imagination instead of watching TV. She said fresh air was most important than movies. And then what did she do? She made Ben watch a movie. It was her favorite movie, she said. Everyone could see at last once, she said. The movie was called Seven Falls, but it wasn't about the waterfalls or even the leaf falling kind of fall. Which is like Ben had guessed. It was about a guy named Old Seven Boy. He dwarfed. He was so dwarfed. He walked around moving his lips, and some of it was bad words. He was also kind of mean. Everyone in the movie was kind of mean, plus they all smoked carriages. They didn't wear any clothes, but there were only rules they couldn't break. That was the only rule they didn't break. I can't believe you're letting me watch this, said Ben. Seven Falls is a classic, said Ben's mom. It's one of the greatest movies ever made. Don't be stupid, said All Seven to other movie guy. That was pretty mean, but Ben pretended not to notice because this was one of the greatest movies ever made. AI-7 was also in the black and white, but Ben knew she was supposed to imagine he was in color. What is it about dames? Said AI-7, walking slowly down to the raining street. They break your heart, I guess, he answered himself. That was the end. Ben's mom let out a big happy sigh. Wasn't that amazing? Did you get it? Get what? Ben wasn't sure, but she nodded. I'm going to be just like the AI-7 when I grow up. Her mother raised one eyebrow. You'd better not be. But then again, they wait, thought Ben. She could start being like AI-7 now. She slumped over her feet onto the coffee table. What did they say of watch it again, Paul? She said. Her mom raised both eyebrows. What I say is not to call me Paul and take your feet off the table. That hadn't worked. Ben took her feet out of the table. Dames, she said sadly, they break your heart. Her mom's eyebrows were almost inside her hair. Oh dear, she said. It took Ben a long time to get to sleep that night. She couldn't stop thinking about AI-7, his black and white world. It didn't seem like a real world. The word on the pancake been living people in AI7's World War XII. They didn't laugh very much. They didn't do the normal stuff that go into the school and the grocery store. They walked down the alleys and wore hats. But the most unnormal thing about AI7 World was the mysteries. The mysteries all over the place. Binham untwisted her pajamas and thought about it. A mystery was a question you couldn't find any answer to it. In AI7's world, the mystery was things like who took his dear jewels, or where is it? Ben didn't have jewels or didn't know anyone named Sammy Lavara, but there was plenty of questions that she didn't have answers to. Millions of them, for instance. Who thought of money? Don't even grown-ups knew that answer to that question. But Ben had another questions too, like what's inside the cement in the front yard that's behind Tang's fence, and why do they lock it up? What's the matter of a mailman? When she asked these questions, her parents usually said something like, "It's none of your business." That meant like there were an answer, but they didn't want to know it. Ben smiled thoughtfully at her dark ceiling. They didn't want her to know things, just like Sammy Lover didn't want AI7 to know where he was on the night of May 12th. But AI7 had figured it out because he was a private investigator. Private investigators got into the bottom of the mysteries. They solved them and snuck around. They spied and they asked hard questions. They sat in the cars and rubbed their faces until they came up with an answers. And they walked down the alleys in the rain. That's what Ben we're gonna do first thing tomorrow morning. None of your business, she muttered. Ha! Now Ben have saw some AI mystery, yes. AI mystery, isn't it? Okay, so this AI mystery is really awesome story Ben have imagined. So Ben wants to be the AI mystery people. So there's something to do from Ben's next morning. That will be really awesome. So let's see this private investigator for tomorrow. And now, did you have fun? You lost English country. We come back with some this book and not this story because it might be a new chapter to read. Now have a nice day and please thumbs in my YouTube. Bye bye everyone.